Now we really take to the hills. This is what the true railway buffs all wait for, the famous Darjeeling Himalaya Railway. This is the spectacular little toy train with its 2-foot gauge, scrambling up the mountains on gradients sometimes 1 in 20, chasing its own tail in extraordinary loops and curlicues. A single-line track with all the down trains going one after the other, and then all the up trains going up. Sometimes the track is too steep even to go in loops, so the train has to reverse itself onto a new level, while the one 5 minutes behind busily pursues it. It takes 8 hours to do its 54 miles, and it isn't always quicker by rail. Not when you can hop off at one side of the loop and hop back again on the other. You learn these techniques only through experience. At the little hill town of Kurseong, the little hill train runs smack down the middle of the main street. This is road-rail integration of the closest kind. For a while, the train is a tram. For all little hill towns, a train is an event, an occasion. It is the train that links these remote places with everywhere else. This is quite particular. For Mike Sato, a special little train, as befits a specialist. An observation coach for the #1 connoisseur of all Indian trains, and the Himalayan toy train in particular.
How many of the B-class engines are still working?
All 25 of them are
25, they're all working.
And online we have 16 of them.
Every so often, of course, some disaster strikes this railway. The monsoon washes away large sections of the track. And every time this happens, those of us who love it feel this must be the final death knell of the railway, which, after all, is losing money to the extent of 75% of its operating costs. But there are strong arguments in keeping it alive. First of all, if it were closed, 2,000, 2,500 people would be without a job in an area which certainly can't provide alternative employment. But even on the emotional side, or the more emotional side, as seen by the railway enthusiast, this is surely one of the most famous, one of the best known of these hill railways. I don't think anybody could fail to be moved by the excitement of the toy railway, as it's called, up to Darjeeling. It's always known in the most friendly fashion as the toy railway. And for 54 miles, this exciting little railway plods uphill over the top at Goom, right on top of the world, because when you come through Goom and into the famous double loop at Batasya, you get your first glimpse of the snow and Kanchenjunga looming behind Darjeeling, which at that point lies about 600 feet below you.
Now the downward coasting ride towards Darjeeling. Darjeeling, one of the famous hill stations of the high northeast, squashed in at 7,000 feet between Sikkim and Nepal, almost within the shadow of Everest. A great resort for the Saabs in their heyday, and the rich tea planters from Assam.